Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. And our first guest with us today, you may think you have you're seeing double or seeing one from the last episode. This is a different bunny. This one is Timber. We had Jafar, who is still here and available for adoption. So Jafar is still looking for a home, but now we have Timber, who's also looking for a home as well. Timber is a mini domestic rabbit. We do believe he is full grown. He is solid black. He has got the cutest little ears you could imagine. Definitely much smaller than Jafar. But as I always talk about with rabbits, they're very unique pets to have. And they're not a pet for everybody. And I purposely brought his green leafy vegetable out here because the green leafy vegetables, kale, the different lettuces that you can get, they're so important for a rabbit's diet, as well as the pellets and the hay. They're a very important part to making sure that these little ones survive and thrive. Timber actually has a unique story and an unfortunate story, but actually had a happy ending, so we're happy for that. We got a report from one of the residents here in Ames that they saw a domestic bunny running out in an area that is part of a park, in an area where a domestic bunny should not be running loose. We often get calls from people saying that they're domestic rabbits, and we respond to those and sometimes find out that they are in fact cottontails. They may just have a different coat, winter coat, that looks a little bit different than the rest of them. But this one clearly is a domestic rabbit and actually had probably quite a bit of holding and love and attention before someone either he got away from somebody or possibly was just dumped in the park to survive and thrive on his own. There's a saying in the House Rabbit Society that these domesticated bunnies, you don't set them free, you turn them into food if you throw them out there in the parks like that. There's a lot of predators and things that will get to them, and we don't want that to happen to Timber or any of these other domestic bunnies. So Timber, we're estimating probably about a year old would be our good guess. He does still need to be neutered, and of course he will be neutered before he gets adopted. We do have special requirements and things that we're looking for in a home for rabbits. We want people to do a lot of research. Rabbit.org is a great website that has a lot of information about rabbits. And you know, he is just a very gentle rabbit. He really will just kind of hang out there and just loves the attention. Beautiful rabbit, beautiful fur here. And again, just very gentle, very friendly. We have not noticed any behaviors from him that would alarm us at all. But again, they are very unique creatures and do deserve very, very special attention and care. So a rabbit is not a pet for everybody. And even small children, we oftentimes would say maybe not the best pet for them. They do have very strong hind legs and can have very sharp nails. So if they're kind of thumping around as rabbits do, that could hurt and scare a little child, and we don't want that to happen. We don't want children to have fear of animals as they're growing up, because sometimes those fears never go away. So if you're interested in meeting Timber, we have staff members here that have a great deal of experience with rabbits and would love to tell you more about them, tell you more about Timber, and see if your home might be the best home for Timber. Of course, we're looking for an indoor home. The rabbit hutches outside really don't provide for the best environment for these things, especially with Iowa winters and Iowa summers. So we want to make sure that they have an appropriate environment. So if you're looking for a bunny, come on down and meet Timber. We'd be happy to introduce him to you and your family. Okay, and the next two guests that you'll see today are bonded buddies. This particular set of the bonded buddies, and I'm going to show you one of each today. You can go on our website to see pictures of the other, or come on down here to the shelter. We'd love to introduce them to you in person. This one here is Empress. Empress is a female, beautiful orange tabby here. She's got some beautiful green and gold eyes. She's very curious about this room. She just came in a few days ago, so she's still a little bit kind of hesitant to fully embrace this environment. Coming from a home environment to an animal shelter is a very difficult thing for these beautiful kitties. They're about 11 months old. Emperor is her brother, so it's Emperor and Empress. They actually didn't have names when they came into us. Well, I take it back. The male's name was Orange, and they didn't have a name for the female. So a situation where a student was moving back to their country and just gave it to somebody they knew. So they really didn't know a whole lot about the cats, vaccination history, anything like that at all. So, one of the things that we talk about when you're adopting a pet, show them that side. There you go. That's the side. When you're adopting a pet, it really is a lifetime commitment for these beautiful creatures. And we want to make sure that people think ahead, especially if you know that, for example, if you're graduating and you're going to be moving on, if you're going to have a pet, make sure that you can take that pet with you. Find out whatever the procedures are for quarantine process or vaccinations, whatever you need to do. But it really is a lifetime commitment that we're looking for these ones. And again, this is Empress. She's about 11 months old. Surrendered to us. Her and her brother are very bonded together. They spend a lot of time kind of sleeping with each other and cleaning up after each other, playing with each other, so that we really want to keep these two together. And to help keep them together, what we do is a 2-for-1 pet adoption. So even though it's two pet adoptions, we only charge for one of the adoptions. So to adopt Emperor and Empress, it's only going to be a $40 fee, which is our normal adoption fee. They're already spayed and neutered. She's spayed and he's neutered, and have vaccinations here at the shelter. So we've given them some vaccinations here at the shelter. So if you're interested in meeting these two, and they're 11 months old, so there's still a lot of kitten left in them. As you can tell, she wants to go down and play with some toys there. They are just a lot of joy. I think would fit in really well in a house, and hopefully we can find a home for them where they're going to stay forever and live forever in that home and not be bounced around into another house as they were this time. So if you're interested in meeting Emperor and Empress, come on down. We'd love to show them to you. Come here. And the next of the two bonded buddies that we have today is Sophie. This is Sophie here, and her bonded buddy is Yogi. Sophie's about 3 years old, and she is a beautiful tabby here. You can see those tabby markings. She got this beautiful black stripe here on the back. The same situation as with the previous two cats, Emperor and Empress. Yogi and Sophie were a result of someone that had to move and could not keep them and take them with them. Yogi is 4 years old. He is solid black, and Sophie is this beautiful tabby striped here. They are also very bonded, just as the other two are. So we want to make sure that they go to a home together as well. Very sweet cats, very loving, love the attention. You know, they would love just to sit here and be brushed all day. Very, very sweet cats that were just in a very unfortunate situation, and a home that didn't make the commitment to them. And, you know, with all of our adoptions, whether it's a rabbit, a dog, a cat, even our hamsters or birds that we get in from time to time, we are looking for a true commitment to them. She was going to speak up there and say something in the microphone. But, you know, they deserve better. They deserve to be in a home where they're safe, they're secure, where someone's going to love them and be committed to them. So they're not pets that you can just shift from one place to another. So please make that commitment. Please share with your friends, your family. There are situations where emergencies happen. You know, family members are put into, you know, care facilities, things like that can't be avoided. But if it's just moving from one apartment to the next and you find out that the apartment doesn't allow pets, you know, reconsider. Look for a different apartment. And if you're going to be moving back or after you graduate or things like that, make those arrangements ahead of time. So these animals are not left in a shelter in a place that they don't know. That's, oftentimes very scary for them. So we're looking for that commitment for these guys. As you can see here, Sophie is just a really sweet cat. If she could turn around that way, there you go. She may listen on command, maybe. Very sweet cat, and she also wants to go down and play with some toys. I'm not paying enough attention to her and talking too much. But Sophie is a sweet cat, and Yogi is just the same. They're very well bonded together, and just, very gentle cats. So if you're interested in 2 cats, we have some great pairs right now, Empress and Emperor, and Sophie and Yogi here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So come on down. We'd love to introduce you to some of these bonded buddies and see what we can do to get them into your home that's going to be a forever home. Well, that was just 3 of our guests here at the shelter today. In a sense, we were showing 5 of them because 2 of them are bonded buddies that need to be adopted together. And we're absolutely committed, as I said in the taping, that those cats need to be adopted together. So we do the same with dogs that come in together. If they're very bonded, we're going to make sure that we find them a home together. It may take a little bit longer, but there's no issue with the time. We're going to make sure that we find the best home for them. I wanted to bring some dogs on today to show you, and the only 2 dogs we have here at the shelter currently have holds on them, so it wouldn't be fair. I know a lot of times that viewers call us and they say that when they see the show that those animals are already adopted, and I guess that's a really good thing for us to have, a really good problem for us to have. But we want to recommend that people keep an eye on our website, which is amesanimalshelter.org. If you look at the lost pets on there, if those pet owners don't pick them up after 7 days, then those are going to be made available for adoption. And if an owner surrenders their pet to us for whatever reason they can't keep it, then we make them available immediately. So those usually get adopted pretty quick. So you got to kind of keep a close eye on our website, and you can always call us and we'll be happy to discuss the animals that we have here available for adoption. Thank you for watching today.